Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane, and we are live from the Grand Champions Polo Club for our first of two games today. We're going to start out with our first round robin, and it's going to be the Just for the Fun of It tournament. And that's for three teams. They'll play three chuckers against each other. Steve, well, say hello to CTV Sports.
Hello, CTV Sports. We are here Sunday morning. Man, the field looks like a putting green. We've been blessed with some rain. We've got three teams here and three legs of three chuckers each. Each three chuckers considered a game. So Gaston Dorniak will line those teams up, and we will have our first bowl in Santa Rita in the pink, Newport in the white.
Yeah, we go through the lineups here. And it looks like we got them lined up where we're going to go, because playing for Santa Rita, put your hands together, everybody, for Melissa Ganzi. Melly playing the number one. She has scored a lot of goals in her first game. Playing the number two will be her daughter, Riley Ganzi. We'll keep an eye on Riley. She works, boy, in the front of the game, the back of the game, offense and defense. Playing the number three will be Nito Mariano Uranga, who's been awesome hitting and running. Of course, you guys know him, Alejandro Naviza Estrada, super strong at the number four position. They're in the pink jerseys. Newport today in the white jerseys. And they're going to have Larry Austin playing the number one right here. We call him L.A. He's going to take this one into the corner. And then he's going to be backed up by Gene Goldstein wearing the number two. It looks like Pablo Spinacci will wear the three. And then we all know him, our man from Canada, Frederick Mannix, had a super strong WPL season. And, Steve, you know what? This spring season, this is a great way to end our amazing winter season with a lot of fun, open running polo.
Yeah, and you know, the players go against each other quite hard, and sometimes let the sponsors go ahead. And you know what? I just love the name of this tournament, Just for the Love of It.
You got it, just for the fun of it, as they keep on rocking and rolling. The love and the fun all come together. Riley Ganzi on the move down in front of the south goal. Riley, nice pickup right here, Riley. That ball's going to stay on the field. And well done. Put your hand together. Riley Ganzi will pick up the first goal of the day.
Riley Ganzi just taking a pass about 80 yards out in a few shots and setting up a nice approach shot, puts it right on through. And first goal here in Just for the Fun of It Cup. So Gaston Dorniak will bring him back to the center of the field in a nice goal. And actually, Dale, Riley Ganzi has swapped helmets. She had on a pink and white helmet the other day, and now today sporting a black one.
Yes, there you go. She's pulling the old Jason Crowder on us. And I tell you, I've been very impressed with Riley playing a number two position. You know, and Steve, she fits that position very well because she's a great rider, an amazing equestrian, and so she goes forward, she goes back, loves to be in the action, and she's done a great job for the Santa Rita team. On the far side, picked up and controlled by Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci's going to put that ball across the center. Oh, wow. Put your hand together. What a goal by Pablo.
Pablo says, hey, I can do it myself, but you guys going up front just in case. And Pablo at a standstill puts that ball right between the uprights, and a thin slice at that. So a score of 1-1 here in the first period of play. Coming back to the center for another bowl-in.
Yeah, both teams scoring very quickly here out of the bowl-in. And I'll come back to the center. Of course, for any of you new viewers, we do switch directions. That is the procedure we use in the game of polo for the same sun, wind, field advantage. Remember, all players must play polo with their right hand. And the field out there, 300 yards long by 160 yards wide. But watch out, Larry Austin can cover 150 yards in less than 5 seconds. Larry with a great approach shot. Look for the finish and the high flag.
Larry Austin getting that ball out of the bowl-in. Fred Mannix putting it up to Larry. Larry with a nice approach shot, and only a one-more-time touch is Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Puts a little pressure on him, but that didn't bother Larry whatsoever. So we haven't had a knock-in. Everybody's just scoring goals.
You said, I said we were talking. You've been working with Gaston Dorniak, our mounted official, who's been doing an amazing job, one of our top umpires for the World Polo League. And as you guys were saying, I think there were maybe 3 or 4 whistles blown on Friday.
Yeah, it was just clean polo and players respecting each other. And, they might go in to make a play, realize they don't have enough time, give up the play, and go to the next one.
Yeah, very clean polo. Well said there, Steve. That's the way the polo should be played. Melissa now on the move, Melly. And look at this. The Gansey girls are going to connect here with the give and go. Melly to Riley, and Riley's going to go ahead and shoot that one just off to the right side, but a great attempt here by Riley Gansey.
And a nice shot there by Riley right out front where she's supposed to be, and a great pass with a open cut shot from Melissa. So Riley doing her job, Melissa as well. And now Pablo Spinacci, Freddie Mannix going to bring the ball back in with a long ball right down. Gene Goldstein looking up to see that ball land and settle. Now Goldstein drops his pony's head, tops it just a little bit. Nito Aranga is going to follow up and pick up the loose ball. Nito brings that ball back to the left-hand side. He's got Melissa downfield. And a nice pass right there. Melissa able to come over and get back on that line of the ball in the right away in front of Freddie Mannix. A clean play. Melissa out to the left-hand side, and she overcuts it. And, Friday she had a great neck shot to goal at the south end of the field. So I thought this was going to be a similar play right here.
Now 6 goals on the day, actually. Melissa scored on Friday. She had 4. We're going to have a timeout here. That'll stop the clock. Just a timeout for a little tack time. Looks like Nito's going to help Riley out there. Just fix her bridle. And that'll bring 2:35 on the clock. 2-1. And beautiful day here for polo. We got overcast, got some clouds in the sky, Steve. Perfect spring weather.
Got a nice breeze just in the upper 70s, too. And, it should be a great day for polo. And, of course, I love playing here on the Sunday mornings, getting everything done. And, it's nice and cool this time of year. And, like I say, we were blessed with some rain. The fields look immaculate. And here we go. Larry Austin carrying that ball down the field. Riley Gansey going to the spur, going to try and put a little pressure on Larry. Riley getting that chestnut pony going. And Larry Austin with a nice neck shot right over there. Alejandro Novicio Estrada is going to come in and ride him off, but Larry is still going to carry that ball to the goal. It's going to wind up just a little bit short. Estrada able to turn that pony with some chrome on the hindquarters, turn it on around and take that ball off the face of the goal. And Alejandro with a high lofting shot down the field looking for Melissa. Melissa able to get that black pony spun around and jumps on that ball. Now pulls out ahead by 3 horse lengths in front of everybody, and Melissa still on it. And here comes Freddie Mannix, going to put a little pressure on the near side. Melissa doesn't bother her at all. Melissa still carrying the ball towards the goal and able to put it on through in a nice polo play. And Dale, I believe that one was from coast to coast.
You got it, coast to coast like butter on toast. And Melly will start off our breakfast brunch here with a great run. And that'll get the equalizer, making it 2-2 to click down to 1:15 on the clock. We'll wait for all players to get back to the center of the field. That is a procedure that our umpires use in the game of polo. Face off in hockey, bowl in polo. And remember, just as in hockey, you cannot make a play on the ball until the ball leaves the umpire's hand. This ball's going to bounce off Larry into Melly. Melly back to Larry now, taken around and controlled here by Spinacci. Spinacci's got Gino going forward. Gino, this is what he did very well on Friday. This ball's going to go off to the left side. Still has time here, though, to bring it back inside. Nice pickup, Gino, to the center. Well done. Carries it forward. Now look for the tail shot. Good thinking right there as it bounces off a pony. There's your 30-second horn. Here comes Alejandro Estrada down the far side. She's got Riley Gansey going forward. Ali, nice hook in there by Spinacci. Now picked up again and taken forward, keeping Santa Rita going. Mariano, as that ball will get out and backed up cleanly by, looks like Frederick Mannix. Will get a few more yards out of it by Spinacci. And here comes your second horn. And, Steve, what a first chucker play.
Nice first chucker, all tied up here at 2 apiece. So we will take a short break here in the action. Come back for chucker number 2, and you're watching We Are Live right here on CTV Sports.
We were excited to start. The field was amazing. We knew that it was a really tough team that we had against. Mark always puts a really strong team in the field, and it was Gilberto's first game, tournament, and everything. So happy that he did good. I used to play a lot with Pablo when I was younger. We were cousins and we played a lot of kids tournament together until we played the Open together. Then a few years we play against each other, and now we had the opportunity to play back again, and it feels really good. Have a lot of connection, and with Alejandro I played last year here with Melissa. He's a great defender, a great back. He plays really simple. He understands the game really good, so he makes things simple. And Gilberto, I think he had a really good game. Yeah, I think yes. Well, this is a single elimination tournament, so winning today was keeping one foot in the tournament. So it was really nice now that we have another game in the weekend to keep playing, and yes, a lot of fun.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane. Today we're live for the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2. I'd like to welcome everybody here at the club. We are in our first tournament of our doubleheader, the 2023, just for the fun of it. It is a round-robin tournament. And, well, this is the second of 6 spring tournaments. And it began on Friday. It's the Santa Rita Abierto. We had one round robin, and we had one straight 6-chucker game. The winners of both will play in the finals, which will be directly after this game. But we always have 2 finals on Sunday. And as we said, this is the second of 6. So we have another 4 tournaments to go. And we want to make sure that you join us for those tournaments. And we're going to have the Casablanca Spring Challenge next. There'll be the Eastern Challenge to follow that, the Memorial, and then the World Polo League Polo Pride. And that is a huge weekend for us, our final weekend of the spring tournament. But if you're looking to play some spring polo, have some fun. And when I say fun, I mean emphasis on fun, because that's what it's all about in the spring, to bring on the talent of young players and also to bring on the talent of all those young 4-legged athletes to play open, fun polo, and all the professional players that are here playing in this league have been awesome. Steve Lane, it's been a lot of fun, all of our first 2 tournaments.
Yes, and you know what? This season has been a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of polo, everything from 6 to 26 goal, and what a way to kind of wind down the season. And what do you think about horses? Are they getting ready for Aspen with these horses, or these horses maybe that might be a little bit green and putting some polo underneath them? Or,
you got it. I think you get a little bit of both. You get, like to acclimate the horses, so they will get them going here, and then take them up to Aspen. Well, as Larry Austin here on the run here, you might get one early. Oh, just off the side. But Steve, it's a good question because we do. It's a great opportunity to play young horses in a controlled environment. And the spring polo, as we said, everyone is very cautious about the safety of the players and the 4-legged athletes. So it's a great place for new players to learn, 2-legged athletes, and new polo ponies to learn, 4-legged athletes. They need to learn and play in fun open polo also. And, of course, it does get them ready for the summer season in Aspen, Colorado. Here comes Riley.
Gansey right here on the move, staying just ahead of Freddie Mannix. And Gansey with a nice shot right here, and just a little touch, and she is going to complete the run right there. Riley Gansey staying just ahead of that number 4 in the white, getting a nice pass from Alejandro Novicio Estrada, and Gansey taking her time, calm, cool, and collected, puts it between the goalposts.
Great run there by Riley. She has been running the goal on Friday. She was attacking the goal. And now she has it dialed in, shooting perfectly. One in the first chucker, one in the second.
So Gaston Dorniak puts the ball back on the ground. Riley Gansey going to spin that little chestnut pony back around, and Pablo Spinacci's going to go back. Riley Gansey staying with that ball, tops it just a little bit, and nice back shot right there by Larry Austin, picked up now by Gene Goldstein, turning it back the other way. Trying to get something going here, but followed up once again right there by Freddie Mannix. Back to Gene Goldstein, and Gene Goldstein puts it underneath his pony's neck, where Alejandro Novillo Estrada is able to jump on the line, a one-time back shot looking for Riley, but that pass is going to fall just a little bit short. And now Spinacci turns it back around, headed back towards that south direction, unable to keep a handle on it, and followed up here now by Larry Austin. Larry Austin coming on through, tops it just a little bit, but those white shirts are rotating very nicely, and here comes Mannix. Nobody between him and those two goalposts, so he is going to complete that run, and we've got the high flag right now with a pair of threes on the board.
Yeah, good teamwork here by the Newport team, as right after Santa Rita scored, Newport took control, kept the ball down the field, working it well with everybody getting a piece of it. Starts with Gene, went back to Pablo, Pablo back to Freddie, and then Freddie ends up putting the frosting on the cake to get the final touch on it. Back to the center here, it'll be Larry and Riley in the front, picked up by Melly.
Melissa Gansey sends a shot out front, but no pink jerseys there, and Freddie Mannix able to work the ball on the near side, and now send a little back shot pass, open pass over to Spinacci. Spinacci one time looking for Gene Goldstein. Gene Goldstein, oh, bad luck right there. He was trying to check up and let that ball go by his boot on the offside, but unluckily his horse deflects that ball, but now picked up by Alejandro, and Alejandro back up to Riley Gansey. Riley Gansey up there with Larry Austin. Riley getting a nice shot towards goal. She just got done scoring in the south end the last time Santa Rita scored, and she's trying to do it again. And Riley with a next shot off to the right-hand side, but a nice attempt right there by Riley.
Yeah, nice run here, pulling the team very well. Great rotation here. Looks like Melissa's rotated to the back, and they're letting Riley run through. And Riley, great runs here. We're going to click down to 3:33 on the clock. They're going to go ahead and keep it going here. Remember, we are using the courtesy change if needed. If needed, the players will alarm the umpire, and the umpire will go ahead and use the courtesy change. But with the weather today and how open and flowing things are after an amazing Kentucky Derby yesterday, Larry Austin on the move. Riley coming in on the defense. Larry once, Riley on the D.
Riley going to turn it back, just gets a little touch. Now Gene Goldstein picks up the loose ball, and Pablo Spinacci coming in there as well. Alejandro's going to stay with him, but Spinacci puts a back shot right across the face of the goal, and who is there but Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix trying a little millionaire shot underneath the belly on the near side, but Estrada picks up the loose ball, sends it back up to Gansey. Gansey right now with a nice pinpoint pass received by her, and now she's going to go by Freddie Mannix. Riley scoots by, and a nice shot downfield straight. Look at that ball roll. This field is in immaculate condition, not bouncing, and Riley Gansey still on a roll right here. Now with the next shot, oh, bad luck, gets it straight. So 2 attempts right there by Riley, and you know what? She's going to find those upright sooner or later.
You know, you said a very similar swing to her mother, Melissa, too. They hit the ball so straight, and that's a great run there, just off to the right side on the approach. But once again, pulling the team, and that's what they wanted to do out front. So as you said it, Steve, keep shooting. The goals will come. On the far side, on the knock-in now, we're going to click down to 2 minutes on the clock. It's going to be taken forward here by Gene Goldstein. Goldstein with room to work. Can he keep it going? Here comes Pablo. Pablo's going to go for the run as we got the 2 number 3s on the move. Spinacci with Durangue and the rumble seat. Pablito, will it carry?
Not quite. And once again, Alejandro Novillo Estrada takes the ball right off the doorstep, and a nice back shot, knowing where Riley Gansey was, puts it back up to her. Gansey unable to keep the ball going on the second swing, and a nice back shot right there by Freddie Mannix. Pablo Spinacci turns, but Estrada read the play very well. Estrada, he sees pink shirts down the field. He's going to send that ball back up to Riley, but that pass not going to quite get there, and Larry Austin right back over to Spinacci. So great communication right there amongst the Newport team, Gene Goldstein's going to say, hey, go on through Pablo. And Alejandro's going to come back, put a little pressure on him. Pablo knows Alejandro is there, and no mistake this time. He's got enough juice to put it right on through. So Pablo Spinacci taking the team in white 1 goal ahead.
Yeah, Pablo with a nice run there, and Gino just said, go with it, man. You got the open run. Alejandro put him on his hip. Gave a nice little rub there, but the clock goes tick, tick, tick. Here comes your warning horn. And that'll end our second chucker play, 4-3. So we got a great round robin going on for you here today. Remember, each team will play 3 chuckers against each other. So at the moment, and when I say at the moment, this has been a very close one. Newport up by 1 goal over Santa Rita. Stay with us. We'll be right back on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Here we go, everybody. Third chucker action. Welcome everybody here to the Grand Champion Polo Club. And I'd like to welcome everybody here to CTV Sports as we have a 4-3 match going on here in our first leg of our 9-chucker round robin, as we have Newport up against Santa Rita, and Sebucan is preparing themselves. They will play against the runners-up in this first leg of 3 chuckers, and at the moment, 4-3, a very close match. And, Steve, it's been tight. These teams had opportunities, running and got them very wide open. I don't think we've had one penalty, just a couple balls out of bounds and some knock-ins, but otherwise very open, fun. Love this type of polo.
All 8 players involved in the game, and that's what we love to see. And you know what? The score's been nip and tuck all the way through, and people getting out front, receiving passes. And, we've seen a lot of one-time passes, just the first touch, sending a long ball down the field, and that is what makes for good, fun, exciting polo. But right now, Freddie Mannix with a one-touch back shot, looking for Gene Goldstein, unable to get that ball all the way to him. So Nito Aranga sends a shot right down, and nobody home but Riley Gansey. Riley Gansey dropping on that ball, hits it off to the right-hand side just a little bit, attempts the next shot, unable to make great contact, and here comes Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix and Pablo Spinacci working on the far side of the field with a long shot downfield, and he sees Larry Austin right out front. Larry Austin drops that pony's head and jumps on the ball with a nice shot down the field. Has Alejandro Novillo Estrada on his near side. Larry Austin one more time with a nice shot towards goal, and that ball is going to hit the goalpost and go wide to the right. So a great attempt right there by Larry. being out front, holding a good position, and just unable, just a few inches to the left-hand side would have put a point on the board for Newport.
Yeah, Larry's had a great season after playing in the World Polo League this season. He always talking to him. He said, love that, playing at that higher speed. And then when you drop down to some of the lower speeds, it gives you the opportunity to practice different shots, different plays. And he said he just had an amazing time playing at the 26 goal level.
Well, and I think he rode Grand Champions horses, too. Leased horses, that Polo on Demand that you keep talking about. And you know what? He was very happy with the horses, and they suited him well. And Grand Champions and, probably Juan Bellini and Lisa doing a great job of putting suitable horses underneath polo players.
Yeah, you got the most unique program in the world, the Polo on Demand program, along with the Polo School. And you can always get all the information on that at gcpolo.com. But look at this. It looks like it's going to be Gino. And that's a nice shot by Goldstein.
Wow, I didn't predict he was going to make that shot by the way he was lined up. But what a shot, a nice open cut shot right in front of Alejandro Novillo Estrada. And great shot by Goldstein. And they are going to jump out front by 2 goals, a score of 5-3 in favor of Newport in the white.
Yeah, that puts everybody in the white jerseys on the scoreboard. 1 by Larry, 1 by Gene, 2 by Pablo, and 1 by Frederick. Great teamwork here by Newport in the white jerseys, but watch out for Santa Rita. Here comes Melly.
Gansey on the roll right here off to the left-hand side, and that's going to be picked up by Estrada. Estrada takes it on the near side, now back over to the far corner of the field, trying to work it back towards the center, and he does. Estrada keeping that ball going, loses it here momentarily, and now picked up by Spinacci. Spinacci over to Austin. Austin on the near side once, twice, 3 times. Now the offside. Larry bringing that ball back around, followed up by Riley Gansey, and Larry Austin with a nice long shot back over towards the center, looking for Pablo Spinacci, but intercepted there by Estrada. Estrada brings it right over here in front of our boards, right here in close and personal. And a nice shot down the field, but unable to reach Gansey, but now picked up by Uranga. Uranga flips it, but hits it a little too far, and Spinacci, he wasn't sure whether he could make a play on that or not. I think he could have, but he wisely chose not to, just not to have the whistle blown on him, and now Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix with the shot. Nope, that's Spinacci. Excuse me, I stand corrected. Up to Larry Austin. Larry Austin, and we've seen Estrada and Austin together quite a bit, so we know the number 1, number 4, Estrada, going to come up and put a little pressure on him. Estrada checked up momentarily, but Austin staying out front, and Rao, what a shot, what a play, what a day for Larry Austin here in this first leg of the 3 Chuckers, and that's going to open that gap up to 3 goals, so twice as many goals for white as pink.
Yeah, good teamwork once again, moving the ball back and forth, and that'll give them a 3-point leader, but with 3 minutes on the clock, that's enough time. Mucho tiempo in the game of polo, as we always say, a goal a minute. Back to the center, as we'll switch directions once again to wait for the final player, who's the player who scored. That was Larry. And it looks like Larry's back in the center, and away we go. It's going to be picked up here now and turned around by Estrada. He's going to send all the ladies forward. Looks like Riley going forward. This ball, will it make it out in front? Yeah, a good 50 yards. Riley's going to have to go from right to left. Changes her leads perfectly. Well done, Riley. That's a good pickup. Right in front of goal. Now the shot on goal, Riley, and just off to the right side with a great attempt once again. She has been pulling the team at a high level.
You know what? Just as soon as the ball was bowled in, she was going to offense.
You got it. She loves it.
And I got to give her a little credit. I was watching her the other day riding very well, very fast, and hooking a lot of players. And, we haven't seen her all winter, but then she comes down here during the spring season and just fills right in like she's been playing all winter.
This is her first outdoor tournament. And, Steve, in a while she played, I guess, her last tournament Riley played was, it's her first grass tournament. The tournament before this was, last time was in 2022 in the U.S. Open. So welcome back, Riley.
There you go.
And very, very well.
And she just scores again up at the north end. Alejandro Estrada taking that ball towards the goal, leaving it on the field, and Riley following things up and puts it right through the goalpost. 1:20 here left on the clock, so time ticking down. A 2-goal difference as Gaston Dorniak's going to line up the players and bowl it back in between them. And now Larry Austin jumping out of there, but hooked out of there by Riley Gansey, and now Melissa Gansey going to turn the ball back to the right-hand side. Alejandro Novicio Estrada going downfield, hoping for a pass from Melissa. Melissa stays with it, and now a shot downfield. Can Estrada reach back and get it? No, it's deflected off the pony, but once again picked up by Melissa, and now Freddie Mannix going to turn things back around the other way. Mannix with a long shot downfield, but nobody home or at Uranga. Reading the play very well. Going to take the ball on the near side, flip it, and now a neck shot. An easy neck shot looking for Estrada, but it's taken out of the air by Maddox, and a nice play right there between the number 1 and the number 4. Larry Austin back over to Freddie Mannix. Alejandro Novicio Estrada hears that first horn has sounded. He's going to go back and play defense, trying to get a little bit more yardage out here. Leaves the ball behind, but on a handy pony, able to come back and pick up the loose ball. Estrada with a long shot downfield, and Uranga picks it up. Uranga has Riley Gansey out front. Is there enough time with 7 seconds left on the clock and a nice long shot? But I believe time is going to run out before Riley Gansey can get there. Yes, it has, and that's going to end chukker number 3, Dale.
Yeah, what a play. Well, put your hands together, everybody, as our Newport team in the white, they're going to go ahead and sit down, and Santa Rita in the pink, they'll keep playing, and they're going to come up against Sebucan. So we'll take a little break here, a little commercial break on CTV Sports, and everybody here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2, and we'll be right back for our continuation of the Just for the Fun of It Cup live here for the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2 on CTV Sports.
Foot golf is a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, "Have you tried it?" I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the U.S. Open are the 2 top U.S. tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz. And I was just standing here next to Tom Blake. Tom Blake. And he'll be singing our national anthem today. So, Tom, good to see you. Say hello to CTV Sports.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks, Dale. What a pleasure to be here. Looking forward to singing and definitely enjoying this game.
All right, so make sure you'll be able to see Tom singing the national anthem. Been singing the national anthem for us every Sunday, pretty much about 90%, I would say, Tom, as he is part of the CTV Sports family and the Grand Champions Polo Club family. And, well, if you're just joining us today, welcome to CTV Sports. And, well, if you're not doing anything, come on out to the Grand Champions Polo Club as we have a doubleheader for you today as we have the Just for the Fun of It Cup. And we're getting ready to start our second leg of 3 9-chucker game. All 3 teams play 3 chuckers against each other. Our first 3 chuckers was a lot of fun. It was Newport against Santa Rita. Newport with Larry Austin, Gene Goldstein, Pablo Spinacci, and Frederick Mannix. And Larry Austin scored 2 goals. Gene Goldstein scored 1. Pablo scored 2, and Fred scored 1, and they scored 6 goals against the Santa Rita team. And it was 6-4. Melissa Gansey, she scored 1, but Riley Gansey was the MVP, Steve Lane, I think, in the first round. Even though they lost by a couple goals, she scored 3 goals, but played a great game, pulling the team, playing offense and defense. And then, of course, Mariano Nito Uranga and Alejandro Naviza Estrada. So remember, in a round-robin setup, the team that wins sits down, and the team that the runner-up will continue playing, and they're going to continue playing against Sebucan, coming in with Pablo Pulido playing the number 1 on 2 goals. Sugar Erskine, he'll wear the number 2 on 6 goals. Mark Gansey, the Cobra, will play the number 3 on 1 goal. And Luis Escobar will play the number 4 on 4 goals. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, good to see Luis Escobar on this side of the canal once again. So, yeah, Sebucan had the advantage of sitting under the tent over there and watching those first 3 chuckers and taking some notes. So we'll see how they have prepared for these first 3 chuckers. And, of course, Newport sitting down, and now they'll be able to take some notes for the final 3 chuckers here in our 9-chucker round robin. So Gaston Dorniak bringing the players back towards the center of the field, and we'll start with a new set of 3, 0-0 on the board. So, and we are here for Just the Fun of It Cup.
Yeah, you got it. So, they had the last year's Santa Rita Open, and 2 talented teams featured in the Work to Ride program.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Had both Castanolas, and we are ready to go.
Yep, and so they had it going on there. It was a tie. They had Gigi Velasquez. She played the number 1, and we had Sierra, who plays very well. Harris, Mark Harley, and Hector Casanola. And they went against Lissa Parrott and Messiah Mo Graveshead, and also Mark Harris and Barto Casanola. And what was great about it was Grand Champions 1 against Grand Champions 2. It was a fundraiser for the Work to Ride program. But Hector Casanola scored a goal with 9 seconds on the clock to tie the game. Wow. We've seen him score a lot of goals, but with 9 seconds left. But more importantly, remember the Work to Ride program. It is an amazing program. The game was held to raise funds for the Work to Ride program, to bring awareness to the national caliber program of using polo as a vehicle to help low-income youth in the Philadelphia area and all over the world. Actually, they are an amazing program, and we travel there and we do a benefit with them, and it's a lot of fun. And the city of Philadelphia is behind it. But look at this, Riley Gansey to start out the 4-chucker. Riley, and she gets a high flag.
Wow, what a shot that was right there. There wasn't much of a window to look at between those goalposts, but she found it. She turned that ball back in the corner down there twice, touching it twice, and then sending a shot on the ground right between the goalposts. So a great play. You mentioned she might have been MVP there in the first 3, and it looks like so far here in the 4th, she wants to keep that roll going.
Yeah, well, I just think, they lost by 2 goals, but I'm just saying based on her handicap and, what she got done. Because remember, when it comes to picking an MVP, you base it a lot off the handicap system, but they rate you from -2 to 10. So anywhere in between, and, -2 being a true beginner and 10 being Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods of their, perspective sports, the highest level you can be. And so I thought she played very well for her handicap.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. So, and like I say, we don't see her too much during the winter, but you know what? She comes down here during the spring and acts like she's been playing all year long.
I do believe her last grass term was in 2022 during the Open. And she played in a lot of polos, so it's great to see her just raising her level. Here we go on the move right here. It's going to be picked up here by her father, actually, the Cobra. And three, Mark Gansey working across the center. Oh, look for the cut shot. Not an easy shot, but a nice attempt.
He was going almost 90 degrees across the field and got more of that cut shot off than I expected he would. And just missing the goal, not by too much, but a very, very, very difficult shot. Almost able to pull it off, and right now, here comes Uranga up to Riley Gansey. Riley Gansey, after scoring at the south end, now attempting to go to the north end, but the Cobra is going to come in, steal that ball on the near side, and now comes back to the offside, turning the ball over towards the far boards. Now lets that pony open up just a little bit, and now Mark Gansey couldn't quite get all of it, and here comes Luis Escobar. Luis Escobar following up Mark Gansey and puts a shot back down into the corner as well, but Estrada comes back to retrieve that loose ball. Estrada checks down. Gansey going to stay with him, putting a little pressure on him. Now Gansey has to clear out of the way right there. Estrada on the near side. Gansey staying right there, putting pressure on Estrada. Estrada trying to get out front just a little bit. Gansey's not going to cut him any slack. Gansey staying with him, going for the hook. Estrada just staying out of the reach, but now over on the right-hand side of Gansey. Now picked up by Pablo Polito. Polito looking over his shoulder, seeing where to go. Riley Gansey coming in there to put pressure on him. And Polito with a shot straight down the field. Going to take Riley Gansey out, allowing Escobar to go to the ball. A nice neck shot there by Escobar, which allows Pablo Polito to get back on it. And Uranga now with a back shot, but unable to get it to Estrada. And Escobar picks it up. Play broken up there temporarily by Estrada. And now Riley Gansey once again on the ball, trying to get that ball going. So that team deprived of a scoring opportunity down there. And Riley Gansey with a long shot. Melissa says, go ahead, carry on. And now she's got to get around her father. Her father is going to play her for a miss, which is a mistake on that particular shot. But Mark Gansey's going to fall in behind. And Riley Gansey, what a shot right there, taking that ball 270 yards down the field, putting it between the uprights and putting the point on the board. A score of 2-0.
Yeah, que golazo, Riley Gansey. That's the way you get it done. I love the beautiful little chestnut. Runs with his head just perfect, but great stroking, great run. And I love the finish from a good 50 yards plus. And that's what I like to see, that not taking it all the way in, but finishing it with a lot of speed and a lot of power. What a run there by Riley. And she'll pick up her second goal here in the second leg, but her fifth goal of the day.
Mark Gansey goes back to pick up the long shot made there by Uranga. Mark Gansey turning it back around on that pretty black pony right now. Mark Gansey keeping it going, unable to get the bouncing ball. Melissa coming in, picking up the line and the right away, and Mark Gansey realized he didn't have a play, and now Melissa back over to Alejandro. Alejandro on the near side. He's got to take it back towards center. Pablo Polito coming back there to put a little pressure on him. Oh, and Polito picks his pocket right there, and Pablo now underneath the pony's neck, trying to get that ball out front. Loses it temporarily to the right-hand side, and a nice long offside back shot right there by Estrada over to Riley Gansey. Can she do it one more time? And yes, sir, she certainly can. Riley Gansey once again with a powerful shot through the goal. 3-0.
High hat trick here in the first chukker of our second leg. Riley Gansey picking up 3 goals, and I love that. Again, the thought process, great riding from the start. I mean, just coming from right to left, getting right in position, clean play, and then firing the one-timer. Perfect shot.
And the anticipation to pick up a pass from a teammate and stay out front, good positioning. right now, Polito, he's like to position himself up front, too, to score a goal, and he's trying to do just that. Picking it up on the offside, and now once, twice, trying to get by 2 jerseys. He's got Mark Gansey up front, but just unable to get a straight shot out front, and Luis Escobar coming in now. Escobar right down there in front of the goal with a neck shot, and Luis Escobar is showing us that former 8-goal form. Puts it right between the goalposts, and now a score of 3-1. So, Sebucan getting on the board here in the late stages of Chucker number 1.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Luis to get the stop the river from flowing, I should say. And the river has been the Riley-Gansey River. It was all Riley here in this first Chucker of our second leg. They're going to get one more bowl in here. Here comes your 30-second warning horn. Melly might get a run. Picked up by Sugar. He's going to find the Cobra, and Mark's going to get one last run here, and the Cobra's going to open up the Bay Pony. Here comes Mark. There's the approach shot. Look at this one just outside the 60. He'll shut it down a little bit, go for the deep cut shot, and that's got a lot of power on it. Might stay on the field. The Cobra might run this one down. He does. He keeps it on the field. It gets backed up. Alejandro gets a piece of it. Now Luis. And that ball will go just wide, and that will end our first Chucker of our second leg. Put your hands together, everybody, as we will be right back for our second Chucker of our second leg. Our fifth Chucker of the day is just for the fun of it. All right, looks like we got all players ready to go. Welcome back to CTV Sports and, of course, the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2, just for the fun of it. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane today, and we'll be calling your game. And, both the games today, remember, following are just for the fun of a trophy presentation, because we will have a trophy presentation right after this game. Then we are going to go ahead and have our final, where we'll have Tom Blake singing the national anthem. And we'll roll into our final today for the Santa Rita Abierto. So you don't want to miss that one. And it looks like we got all of our players back on the field. This is our second leg of 3 legs. Remember, each leg has 3 chuckers involved in it. And it was Santa Rita against Newport in the first leg. And it was a 6-4 game. And so Newport is on the sideline. They'll play against the Sebucan team in the final three chuckers. And right here, Mark Ganzi for Sebucan is going to be taking this one in. They're down by 2 goals here, 3-1. Ganzi working it in. He'll override. They leave it Alejandro, and he'll turn the defense into offense. Here comes Santa Rita.
Strada trying to get it up to Ganzi and not able to get it to Riley, but Melissa jumps on it and sends a pass back up to Riley, but it's intercepted there by Pablo Polito. Now Melissa Ganzi jumps back on it. A little tap shot now and sending Riley down the field, and Melissa with another shot on the ball right here, right up to Nito Uranga, and a nice play. Uranga back over to Riley Ganzi. Tough break there, a deflection, and now picked up by the Cobra. That deflection gave him the line and the right away on the near side, and now Ganzi is shot over to the far boards, over to Polito. Polito with a shot straight towards the boards, parallel. Polito trying to dig the ball off the boards, unable to do so, but followed up right there by Erskine. Erskine with a long shot downfield to Mark Ganzi. Mark Ganzi comes in unable to get all of it, that ball trickling, but once again, Estrada playing a great number 4 right here today, playing a good defensive back, and doesn't want to hit into a pony. And now Estrada releases a line drive downfield where Riley Ganzi is in waiting. Ganzi drops that pony's head, shot straight down the field. Ganzi still on the play right here. Ganzi, don't leave her alone. She's got 11 horse lengths on the closest players behind her. Checking down, taking her time. Riley Ganzi with a shot towards the goal post. Is it going? Is it going to make it? She reaches out and puts it through. Riley Ganzi one more time, putting her team on the board, and Santa Rita now ahead by a score of 4-1.
Yeah, Riley getting her 4th goal here in the second leg, her 7th goal of the day. Riley Ganzi on fire, shooting the ball today here at the Grand Champion Polo Club Field number 2, doing a phenomenal job with the finish today. She's been running the ball. You said, Steve, you're talking about a lot of the defense she plays. That's where I find it a little difficult sometimes, because when you're playing the number 2 position, you work hard on the defensive side, and so you have to be ready and calm yourself to shoot, and she's been doing a great job at that.
Well, she's certainly not afraid to ride, but, today she is staying out front, playing a good number 2 position, and Alejandro Novillo Estrada finding her with a lot of long passes. So that's what keeps, and you always mention, pulling the team forward, and that's exactly what Santa Rita is doing here today.
On the far side, yeah. Estrada's going to pick it up here, and it's going to come down the center, and they might get another run going here. Jaranga's going to lease one down here, looking for Melissa. Melly's going to come from the center of the field. Back to the right side. She's going to get the opportunity at the breakaway now, keeping in front of Erskine. Melissa with her second shot, looking to get it past the 60. Now Melly, she'll get it down past the 40. This is where she scored from all day yesterday. Shot on goal, still going with it. And one more tap, and Melly will finish this one off with a 7-hit run.
So the Ganzis, the women, the ladies Ganzis are working both ends of the field as far as scoring goals. So Alejandro Novillo Estrada has those ladies tuned up to stay out front, receive passes, and then go to goal.
Yeah, you got another double G, the Ganzi girls. And they have done a great job at the number 1 and number 2 position, working well together there. And back to the center we go, 5-1. So making up from that, remember they were 2 goals less, 6-4 in their first 3 chuggers. So right now they're at a -2 with our Newport team up with a +2. So in the round robin setup, so they need to score as many goals as possible. Now Pablo Polito on the move. Pablo tries to drag it into the center, gets control. Slowed down, it's going to be Alejandro, and he's been phenomenal at the number 4 position. Mariano and Alejandro working well together today. That's a good D, though. Well done on the back shot by Polito. Is going to find Sugar Erskine. Erskine's going to shoot one from 60. This ball will roll inside the 30. Uranga will control on the gray pony, and here comes Nito.
Uranga right here finds Estrada, and now it's going to break back down the field. Estrada. He's been finding the Ganzi ladies all day long, and once again, he's going to find Riley. Riley able to go from right to left, to get on the offside and going back down the field, and Mark Gansey's going to come in and take the ball away from her on the near side and now turn it back towards the outside of the field. Mark still on it, loses the play momentarily, but Escobar comes in with a little flip shot back over to Polito. Polito's got Sugar out front as well, and Polito with a long shot downfield, able to go and take his own pass. Got Mark down front, and what a shot right there by Pablo Polito right up to Mark Gansey. That ball is settling down. Mark Gansey wisely checks down, has all the time in the world, takes the ball straight towards goal and followed up, and I'm not sure if Polito needed to touch it, but a great play right there from the number 1 to the number 3.
Yeah, we'll check with our studio on that, as I know Jordan's on top of that one. If that ball carried across or if Pablo gets the finish, but what a feed by Pablo Polito, hammering a good 120. Mark was 30 lengths in front of everybody. Alejandro went to apply the pressure, but Mark had time to shut it down, which I like that thought process. Take your time, drag it forward. Because remember, the hardest ball in polo, I believe, Steve, to hit is a ball that's sitting dead, not moving, while you're traveling a good 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, trying to get that ball on the run, at least get it moving forward.
Yeah, and you want to check down early enough where your horse is settled by the time you get to the ball, too. And right now, there's Mark Gansey with a neck shot from about 43 yards out. So, back-to-back goals right here by Sebucan. Mark Gansey scoring at the north end and now the south end. So they'll come back to center right there, and that looks like that's going to end Chucker number 2. As our first horn is going to go, the ball is in the umpire's hand, so stay with us. We'll be back for Chucker number 3 here, the final Chucker in the third leg of Just for the Fun of It Cup.
Number 1 leading his team as always. They call him the Cobra. Give it up for Mr. Mark Gansey. Then at number 2, our second 10-goaler of this match. Give it up for Hector Castañola, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3, there is only one man that can, and that is Mr. Nick Roldan. There he is. And at number 4, all the way from the Great White North from Canada, please give it up for the one and only Mr. Fred Mannix.
All right, welcome back here to Grand Champions Polo Club, CTV Sports. Our third and final chucker of our second leg. Remember, 9 chuckers of polo here in the Just for the Fun of It Cup. And the Grand Champions Polo Club, well, during the spring season, we have amateur players. They get a chance to play with and against some of the world's top professional players. It's geared towards improving polo skills and having fun, and that's what you're seeing out here. A lot of great energy, a lot of fun, and giving the ability for everybody to raise their level, not just the two-legged athletes, but the four-legged athletes. And a lot of people ask us about that. How do the horses learn to play? Well, you need to have the horses they play in practice games when they're very young, and all those practice games are geared towards the horses. But then they must go to a level where they're used to playing, where it's geared towards the players also, the two-legged athletes. So this is a lot of fun in the spring and fall that we play here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And there are leagues, we have also in Aspen that are geared towards both. It looks like we got both teams back out on the field. Remember, if you're interested in playing polo in the summer, the Aspen Valley Polo Club.com. Check it out, and we will start there in July and play through August. And sometimes the seasons do extend longer, but you must check the scheduling there. But if you're looking for, one of the most go-to polo clubs in the world in the summer, then it's the Aspen Valley Polo Club.com. Here we go in our third and final chukker of our second leg, and it's going to be picked up here by Mark. Looks like we got a whistle on the play, though. I'm going to stop the play here just for one of the four-legged athletes. So safety first. And I'm Dale Schwetz here with Steve Lane. Steve, first two rounds here have been very open running polo. We had, 6 goals scored by the Newport team. That's a lot of goals to have scored in a half. And 4 by Santa Rita, which wasn't bad. So both teams scoring a combination of 10 goals in the first 3 chukkers. And now we're looking here with 5 and 3. So a lot of goals being scored here on an amazing field here at the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2.
Oh, the field looks great, and the ball is rolling very, very well. And actually the field isn't tore up here after 5 periods of play. And as you mentioned, we had 8 goals scored in the first 3 periods, and we've got 8 goals already. I think this second leg is going to beat the first leg when it comes to goals scored. Also, should Santa Rita win this second set of 3, then we'll have 2 teams tied 0-1, 1-0. So,
we had 10 actually scored in the first 3.
10,
6 and 4, yeah. So they're up there. And remember, we had 32 goals scored here during the World Polo League.
Right.
31 was the record, and then we had 32 scored in the final.
There just wasn't many goal shots missed that day, was there?
It was amazing.
And not many knock-ins either. So,
when you see that many goals scored on the polo field, Steve, it's like they're having a lot of fun out there. That is a tremendous amount of goals. Even in the Argentine Open, 32 goals, 31 goals, spectacular polo.
Uranga sending it back over to trying to find Alejandro, but it's going to be picked off right there by Pablo Polito. And Polito bringing that ball chestnut face pony on around the horn right here. And now a shot downfield looking for the Cobra. The Cobra has to work the ball on the near side. Now Estrada picks it up. Polito's going to come back, put some pressure on him. Estrada releases the ball downfield. He's got nobody up front, so he's going to come on through by himself. Oh, he does. He does a little flip pass right over to Melissa Ganzi. Melissa Ganzi over to Uranga. Uranga on through the goalpost. So what great team play right there. Estrada, Melissa Ganzi, and then Uranga.
Yeah, we see some great goals by the Santa Rita team, but this is the best team goal that we've seen Santa Rita because you can see Alejandro actually chipped that ball over to the right side where he knew Melissa was. Nobody could get to that ball. Melly knew to hit that 30-yard shot, and she put some fire on it. Uranga was already on the move, and a super finish by Nito.
So I believe a score of 6-3 right here in favor of Santa Rita, and Melissa Ganzi one more time trying to get around Sugar Erskine, which she sends the ball up front, but Mark Ganzi there. Mark Ganzi flips it on the near side, unable to keep control, and Mariana Uranga broke down field for a pass, and Melissa couldn't quite keep it going, so now Polito comes in. He has Estrada on his near side. That doesn't affect him. He hits the ball back down. Look at that ball just roll on the ground. This field is like a pool table today, and Alejandro on the near side has Polito on his offside, and here comes Luis Escobar with an attempted shot. Gets a little bit of it. Now, Sugar Erskine able to turn back. Nobody home but him, and he is going to put another point on the board for Sebucan, a score of, I believe it's 6-4. Is it 5-4 or 6-4?
Yeah, we got 6-4 now.
Yeah.
After the goal from Uranga. So they'll get that organized as they click down to 4:35 on the clock. And back to the center we will go. And nip and tuck here still. A lot of time left, Steve, in this one. So we'll see what happens here. But it's going to be picked up again by Melly. Melissa now looking for the outlet pass. And she's going to find Uranga. Nice little ride off there, but stolen and taken back. And controlled now by Escobar. Luis sending everybody forward for the Sebucan team. On the far side, he's going to find the Cobra. Mark on the gray pony. Dragged it to the inside. Still controlled this ball. Oh, this power's got a lot of power. Look for the finish by the Cobra. Yeah, and that's the Cobra striking perfectly. Dragging that ball in from the outside.
So, Gansey closing the gap. A score of 6-5 now. Only a 1-goal difference. So we'll have our courtesy change here right now, and both teams, when we come back, we'll resume with a bowl-in from the center. So great polo going on here, and just for the fun of it, Cup, and what a day, and nice cool breeze up here too as well.
Oh, you got it. Actually, now that we talked about the 6-4, 10 goals scored in the first three chuckers. Now we have 11 goals scored here in the second three. And remember, to get the CTV Sport, download the CTV Sports app. Make sure you get the app today. And, you know, Steve, seeing you, you've been such a great friend of mine. I think we're going to go watch the replay of this at one of my favorite restaurants, Buffalo Wild Wings.
There you go. Yeah, Troy Webster's in-house. So is he doing that again today?
Well, Troy keeps inviting everybody, and they said they had his credit card on file, so I think we should just invite everybody to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Just call over there and tell them to set up a great big table. We'll be on our way.
You got it. Well, we want a table inside and outside because, remember, you can watch the games from the inside on them. They're amazing setups of TVs, or the outside on the patio. So we want to thank Troy for inviting us, and of course Buffalo Wild Wings for doing such a great job on what they do.
Yeah, and Troy's just that kind of a guy, you know. I mean, he's got a lot of money and a great big credit card that won't fit in his wallet, so that's why we can go over there and he supplies everybody a nice big fat brunch.
Yeah, so check it out if you're in town, and you can see all of the replays from our season. Of course, you can watch the games live over Buffalo Wild Wings, right around the corner from our CTV studios here in Wellington, Florida. This is going to be our final courtesy change of our second leg. Remember, then we're going to have our third leg where it'll be Sebucan going up against Newport. And as Steve was just saying, at the moment, if Santa Rita can hold on here and keep that 1-goal lead, that'll push it maybe into a three-way tie based on the final chucker. We'll have to see. But right now with 3:35 on the clock, Steve, it looks like Sebucan has fired their team up and is looking to try to go for the win here, in which case, if Sebucan was to edge out Santa Rita here in this third chucker, second leg, then we'd have a true final. And that'd be going against Newport. Newport against Sebucan. So a lot of pole to be played here with 3 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock. 6-5, everybody back in the center, and away we go.
Okay, all the players lined up on Gaston Dorniak. Santa Rita in the pink and white, and Sebucan in the red and white. And it looks like, I believe that Sebucan, between Mark Gansey and Pablo Polito, they have put the pedal to the metal, opening things up here early here in the last period of the second leg. And right now, Mark Gansey gets the ball out of the bowl in. He's being ridden by Uranga, but Mark Gansey puts it over to the right-hand side. A deep neck shot coming right here, unless he's going to check down and take it on the near side. But no, Estrada comes in there, keeping him honest. Gansey able to come back to it, but loses the ball momentarily. Picked up by Estrada. Estrada trying to take it out of that end of the field, and he is running just ahead of Sugar Erskine with a long shot. Melissa Gansey right out front where she's supposed to be, drops that black horse's head, and she is headed for goal. Looking over her shoulder to see how much time she got. Melissa Gansey with a shot right towards goal, a straight shot, as we always say, and Melissa Gansey is going to finish it off. So 295 yards from Estrada to Melissa Gansey, and Santa Rita is once again going to go ahead by 2.
You got it. The ladies pulling the teams, as we said. Melissa with her second goal of the day, her first in the second leg, but more importantly, to push her team up by 2 goals here as we click down to 2:25 on the clock. Back to the center, Santa Rita not giving the Sebucan team the opportunity here. This is a huge possession right here. You need to win this bowling. This is a 2-goal swing if they can. Yo, Gansey with the steal here. Can the Cobra take it all the way? Cobra, nice pickup here. He has time. He's got Pulido in the rumble seat. Mark on the move inside the 30. Look for the finish. Cobra once, Cobra twice. Oh, on the doorstep, and the finish by Erskine.
Sugar, wow, how did they leave that one right in front? But luckily, Sugar came from behind and able to put a cut shot with a thin slice right between the goalposts. So that is Sugar's second goal here of the period with 1:35 left on the clock, a 1-goal difference. This one is going to come down to the wire.
You see what a close match it has been. As we click down to the 125. And so, again, possession is big. As I said earlier, the Cobra got the last possession. Melly.
Gansey right here, followed up by Uranga. Uranga trying to get something going downfield and let that clock tick down. Mark Gansey's going to take it across the field. Polito was expecting a back shot. Gansey couldn't quite keep it going, and now Uranga with a deep neck shot, but that ball is going to be wide to the right-hand side, but that clock's still on its move.
Oh, they're going to get an opportunity here. You'll get one more knock-in. They'll play this knock-in out. Remember, they'll play this final 30 seconds out no matter what. This is the third and final chucker. So if it goes out of bounds, they'll still keep playing. Look at this laser beam here by Escobar. Well done here by Alejandro, though. Estrada, that's why they call him Secretary of Defense. Picks this one up, turns the defense into offense. Here comes your 30-second horn. 30 seconds left here. Melly is going to get to the inside. Melissa, good drag. Melly, well done. Keeps control. Leaves it for Estrada. Alejandro goes from the near side to the offside. Now he'll leave it for Melissa. Melly with a shot on goal. Looking for Riley. Backed out of there by Escobar. As 8 seconds on the clock. Sugar's going to get one more run. 4 seconds left. You might have an opportunity here as it's going to be picked up here. Oh, they're going to run out of time, but Uranga was there for the cleanup. Steve, what a match here for our second leg of the Just for the Fun of It Cup.
Only a 1-goal difference to end that second leg, and now, this makes the third leg very interesting because Santa Rita with a win, Newport with a win, and if Sebucan can win, then all teams will be tied at 1-1, and then we'll go to net goals. So stay with us right here for the third leg, and you're watching live right here at the Grand Champions Polo Club on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant they're very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
My favorite part about AVSC is seeing all my friends. I have so many friends here at AVSC and USASA, and don't know what I would do without them. Just hanging out with my coach. Hanging out with my coach would be really fun too, but I just need friends too, you know? Everybody needs friends.
AVSC is like a really fun place because you can like jump to your friends and get to ski a lot of places.
When you see kids, they are smiling, they are happy, they are laughing, they are telling jokes, they are just glowing with excitement, and that just makes me feel confident that we are really doing something right, and that's really what it's all about.
You know, this is AVSC's largest fundraiser for our club, you know, and I think the true importance of this is we're making a conscious effort to make sure that kids in the Roaring Fork Valley have the opportunity to get on snow, ski, and snowboard.
So I've been a part of the Aspen Valley Ski Club since I was 10 years old, and growing up in the valley was a really special experience because you're open to so many different opportunities, and one of which is being able to ski. And I never really thought that my dreams would come true, but now Aspen Valley Ski Club has allowed me to ski for a living, and I can never be more grateful for being a part of the club.
We love AVSC! We love AVSC!
Well, welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane. We're live for the Grand Champions Polo Club field number 2 from the stadium field. So if you are in town, come on out. We will be playing polo all through the month here of May. This is our second tournament of 6. So we have 4 more tournaments left. And at Grand Champions Polo Club Spring League, it features medium goal practice games at least once a week. Stick and ball sessions available during the week. Teams get 2 medium goal tournament games every weekend. Looks like we got all of our players back out here with our Mount official Gaston Dorniak. Remember, we have Sebucan in the red jerseys with Pablo Pulido, Sugar Erskine, Mark Ganzi, and Luis Escobar. They're a 13-goal, 14-goal team. And we have Newport now back for their second leg. And it's going to be Larry Austin, Gene Goldstein, Pablo Spinacci, and Frederick Mannix. And this is a huge game. If Newport can pull out the win here, they'll take the whole day, Steve. But if Sebucan was the win here, we'll have a 3-way tie, and then we'll have to go to net goals. So there's a lot at stake here in this final 3 chukkers.
Absolutely. This is kind of the final right here. Unless the team in red wins, and then we'll go to net goals, you say. So Santa Rita not out of it yet. And here we go. Escobar taking the ball back down the field. He's got a nice shot up to Pulido, and Pulido lets that pony stretch on out. And Pulido keeps that bouncing ball going. Now he goes ahead of Larry Austin and Pablo Pulido. We haven't seen him this winter, but he's coming back and playing. And here is Pulido right in front of goal. Pulido with a nice shot on goal, a great approach shot, able to complete the play and the goal. So here we go with Sebucan jumping out front here in the early stages of the third leg. Score of 1-0.
Yeah, this is where you find out, Steve, about playing. If you're warmed up or you've been sitting for a while. We talk a lot about this dynamics of the round robin setup. You have Sebucan, who probably had their best chucker in their third chucker of the second leg. Now they're in there playing in the third leg and they're warmed up, ready to go.
Yep, you've got it. That's the million-dollar question. Is it better to sit down or stay up? You know what?
Yep.
And just depends on how you feel that day. But right now, Luis Escobar with a strong back shot right over to Pablo Pulido. So Escobar and Pablo working well. Pablo looks over his shoulders. Finacci's staying even with him as far as behind. Pulido with a shot off to the right-hand side. Will it stay on the field? No, it's going to travel over the back line right there. And we can tell by the body language that Pablo was not happy with himself, just hit that ball in the sweet spot on his mallet and sent it just a little bit too far.
Yeah, great pace there. I love the pace that the Sebucan team is playing at right now. I think it's surprised Newport here a little early, but this Newport team, very strong. They will adjust as this chucker continues. Remember, 3 chuckers left here in our 9-chucker round robin, and at the moment, it's been Sebucan in the red jerseys controlling and keeping it on their offensive side of the field. Look at this, back in front, looking for Pablo Pulido, trying to get his second goal here. At least for the Cobra. Oh, well done, cleaned up nicely, but that ball's going to roll just out of bounds, and I believe we're going to have a safety.
We are going to have a penalty 6 right there, as it came off a defending player's mallet. And remember, if it comes off their mallet and their own pony, it's a safety. Their mallet and the goalpost, safety. Mallet and the boards, safety. But if it comes off their mallet and touches any other player or any other pony, then it will be declared a knock-in. So Mark Gansey's going to tee up the ball 60 yards out from the end line, where the ball crossed the end line. And players have 20 seconds to tee that ball up. He'd like to get a little bit of that ball on a divot to get the ball high in the air where it's undefendable. And notice our umpire has one goalpost back behind and the goal judge back behind the other goalpost. So here is Mark Gansey on a penalty 6. Gansey along the ground, and Pablo Finacci comes over and intercepts it, and Freddie Mannix picks it back up. Mannix on a roll right here, and Mannix with a shot downfield looking for Gene Goldstein, but Mark Gansey back there as well. Gansey turns it back towards the inside. Gansey staying with it. Luis Escobar is going to fall in behind. Gansey with a nice shot, just a little touch, keeping it just behind Pablo Spinacci where Spinacci doesn't have a play. Gansey underneath his horse's neck, able to get through it. Spinacci has no play, and a nice turn and a nice goal right there by the Cobra, sending them up a score, and now I believe we are even.
Yeah, no, you got it. So they're going to keep it. No, it's going to keep it 2-0. Yeah, 2-0.
Okay.
2. Pablo got the first one there early, Steve. They've been on fire here in this third leg. As I said, they came out ready to go. As it was a very fast chucker between the Santa Rita team. They scored 3 goals in their final chucker of the second leg against Santa Rita. Santa Rita scored 3 goals. It was a very strong chucker. We're going to get a courtesy change here with 4:06 on the clock.
Courtesy change is always helpful, and that keeps the pony safe and allows your best pony to play more polo. So we'll be back after the courtesy change. And, we always mention that the courtesy changes are appreciated by the players, gives them a chance to chat. The ponies appreciate it as well, and I'm sure that a lot of the horse handlers and the grooms like the courtesy changes because it does cut down on injuries. It cuts down on fatigue, and that's when horses get injured is when they're fatigued. So not having to wrap legs or have vet bills because of injured ponies is a kind of a extra goal because of the courtesy changes. Try and keep those 45 seconds or less, and sometimes it depends on where the play is when the whistle is blown for the courtesy change. But players very quickly, and these are designed just for a player to get off of one pony and get back on the other, not sit down or drink water or anything like that. So, and the players are very good at keeping things going. So all players coming back on the field, we've got 4 whites, we've got 4 reds, we've got 1 yellow, and the yellow will put the ball back in play. So some players choosing to stay on their previous pony. Some players electing to change, and Gaston Dorniak throws that ball back in play, and it's picked up there by Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix sends a shot downfield, looking for Larry Austin. Larry Austin right here sends a nice shot straight towards goal. Luis Escobar coming back as well. That ball shanked just a little off to the right-hand side, but Escobar with a nice tail shot, but it's going to be intercepted right there by Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci with a back shot, and just a little bit wide. Wow, what a back shot right there by Pablo. So we'll have a knock-in once again, and Luis Escobar goes back to do the honors and put the ball back in play. Mark Gansey breaking to the left-hand side. Pablo Polito straight down the middle, and has Sugar Erskine off to the right-hand side. But Pablo Polito right in the center, and that's who Escobar chooses. And Polito couldn't quite get all of it, and Mark Gansey comes through, swings through the hook of Gene Goldstein, and now Gansey checks down, trying to work that ball forward. Goldstein and Mannix both putting pressure on him. Mark Gansey hits the ball back in, and met right there by Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci on the move, waiting for a teammate to go downfield. Spinacci, he's got nobody to hit to. He's checking down, and now Freddie Mannix, he sees him break downfield, and he tries to get the ball to him, but intercepted there by Gansey. Broken up that play temporarily, and Gene Goldstein couldn't quite keep it going. But now Sugar's going to take the ball forward and buy a little time right here, turning that ball in the corner. And Pablo Spinacci comes in there and steals the ball, picks his pocket from Erskine. And now a nice write-off right there, and Erskine able to take the ball forward on the near side, but drops it in front of the goal, and that's going to allow Pablo Spinacci to come back, playing cleanup right there, and put his team on the board.
Yeah, this is what they needed right here, just to stop the river from flowing, as it's been all Sebucan here early, and then after the currency change, seemed like Newport, they started to feel the groove again like they had in the earlier first 3 chukkers in the first leg of our round robin. And now Pablo picking up his 3rd goal of the day, 2 in the first leg, 1 here in the 3rd leg, and it's going to be Pablo once again. Spinacci will carry this one into the corner. Well done, Pablo, with the little give and go there as he slows down. Now look for the shot on goal. That's a pretty pass right to the inside. Ooh, just a little bit too far out of the reach of Goldstein. Gino now, he's going to get out there before the Cobra. Backs it up cleanly. Who's going to get to the first ball? Looks like Pablo once, Pablo twice, and the high flag. And look at this, Steve Lane. What a play here by.
Once again, 2-2 the score, and so far right here, Newport having a great second half of this first chukker of the 3rd leg. Now try and say that 3 times.
Yeah, fast. You said, I'm not even going to try. Great second leg, second something. There's a lot of 2s out there. That's what I said, in 2 seconds on the clock. There you go. 46 seconds, actually. Here we go. To finish this first leg off, this has been a very competitive match. Should be a fun 3 chukkers. Now Gene Goldstein trying to get out front. Larry is going to keep it moving with, here comes your 30-second warning horn. Get ready, everybody, here at the stadium. There goes Larry, L.A. into the corner. Larry's going to keep it moving. Now he leaves it. Backed up cleanly by Escobar. That's going to give the Cobra an opportunity. With 20 seconds on the clock, Mark will have an opportunity here. He's got Sugar out in front if he can get it out there to him. Nice pass here to Polito. Pablo, well done on the near side. 9 seconds left. Pablo still has time. 6 seconds. Look for the cut shot. Sugar with 2 seconds on the clock. Shot on goal. And wow, they would have had enough time, Steve, but off to the outside, and the chukker will end with that final horn.
It will end with a score of 2-2, and we'll see what our official says. I'm not sure if that ball was still on the field when the horn sounded or not, but stay with us. We'll be right back for our 8th chukker of the 9 here in the 3rd leg, right here just for the Fun of It Cup.
We were excited to start. The field was amazing. We knew that it was a really tough team that we had against. Mark always has puts a really strong team in the field, and it was Gilberto's first game, tournament, and everything. So happy that he did good. I used to play a lot with Pablo when I was younger. We were cousins, and we played a lot of kids tournament together until we played the Open together. Then a few years we play against each other, and now we had the opportunity to play back again, and it feels really good. I have a lot of connection, and with Alejandro I played last year here with Melissa. He's a great defender, a great back. He plays really simple. He understands the game really good, so he makes things simple. And Gilberto, I think he had a really good game. Yeah, I think yes. Well, this is a single elimination tournament, so winning today was keeping one foot in the tournament. So it was really nice now that we have another game in the weekend to keep playing, and yes, a lot of fun.
Okay, we are back live right here on CTV Sports, ready for our 8th and final chukker here. Chukker number 2 of the third leg, and the ball was on the field when we left. So a bowl in right there in front of the goal, and unfortunately, Sebucan unable to take advantage of that bowl in, but a nice back shot there by Erskine, intercepted right here by Spinacci. Spinacci right here, he's got a player out front. Freddie Mannix drops his horse's head, carrying that ball towards goal. Unable to keep it going, but Gene Goldstein comes in for backup. Goldstein gets a little piece of it, and a nice back shot out of there by Erskine. Pablo Polito turns on that back shot. Polito still on a roll right here. Polito with a high lofty shot down the field. Will it stay on the field? And it's going to bounce and go off the field, so we will have a change of possession right here in front of the stadium. Umpire Gaston Dorniak counting down, as the rule is 8 seconds. The ball should be dropped. And then the team winning the change of possession has 5 seconds to put the ball back in play, which is exactly what Freddie Mannix does. He sends a pass over to Larry Austin. Larry Austin looking over his shoulder. He's got plenty of room. A little bit of a cut shot, setting up for the next shot. Larry Austin one times that shot back over to Gene Goldstein. Goldstein right here, but that play broken up by Erskine. But Spinacci breaks it. Sugar gets it back. He's got Polito down front. Can he reach him? No. He's ridden off there by Sugar Erskine. They neutralize each other. Erskine turns his pony back around. He's got Larry Austin out front. He hits a shot downfield. Austin jumps on that line. No, it's going to be Pablo coming along. He's hooked out of the play. And now Mark Gansey turns the ball back towards the center of the field, coming across the field. Gansey on that chestnut pony, still staying with it, trying to get around Gene Goldstein, hooked out of the play there by Spinacci, and Spinacci with a back shot. But nobody home but Escobar, and that ball is right on the face of the goal. Escobar with a clearing neck shot, and now the goal judge is going to signal goal. Oh, it's going to be a safety. So Escobar saving the goal, but giving away a penalty 6. So, well, it seems to be some discussion on the field, and actually now they're saying it was a goal. So great sportsmanship right there by Escobar. That ball trickling across the goal line just before he could clear it out of the way. So, coming back, here we go. We'll have another bowl in.
So it looks like the other one went to Pablo Spinacci. And we'll check with our studio on that one just to see exactly is that ball. Look at this play here by Pablo Polito. That's the way. Pablo, nice approach shot. Look for the drag. Oh, just off to the outside. Bad luck there. And it was actually, the last goal was actually Fred Mannix. So we'll give that one to Fred Mannix. Number 4 in the white actually scored that goal at the Sebucan team. Luis Escobar waved in on a great sportsmanship play. So thank you guys. And the studio also just keeping an eye on everything as we are in contact with the CTV studios at all times in case we do need to look at any plays and or use any of our triggers, as Steve Lane also co-commentated today, but also working as our second man. I'm working as the third man. And we'll use Jordan as the fourth man, and I guess we'll let our executive producer Michael be the fifth man.
Yeah, and don't forget about Troy Webster being the sixth man since he's buying lunch. We better include him.
Here we go, Gavin, but Gavin's got to produce in there, so we'll make sure he keeps an eye on all of us. Here you go, though, back and forth, and it's been Freddie, and this is a nice ball by Mannix looking for L.A. Well done, Larry Austin. Nice pickup here. That ball might go on its own. And the high flag and power polo at its finest.
It looked like he was going to come across from our angle, but he flattened out, played a perfect shot on the near side, and then just a little touch to put it right on through. So a great play right there by Larry Austin. And now we'll have our courtesy change, and the umpire blow the whistle when he gets back with 3:41 left on the clock. So a score of 4-2 here for the team in white. And remember, they won the first leg, so should they continue to be victorious here in the third leg, they will win just for the fun of it cup. So we'll be back with a bowl-in right here with 3:41 on the clock when play resumes. So, this white team has come on.
Yeah, no, Larry did get his third goal of the day, but as I said, more importantly, I agree with you. We had a great look at that. I'm sure you had a great look on CTV Sports. From our high cam in the center, how Larry went from right to left, stayed on the left side of the horse, the near side, but stayed on his side, just bellied out perfectly to carry that ball forward. It's a perfect example on how you need to stay on your side, not fall across the line. Well done. Great riding by Larry. And like I said, his game has just gone to a whole nother level after playing in the World Polo League this season.
I agree, and he's shown more confidence. His hitting is getting better, and also his team play. And teammates are directing him very, very well as far as where to go and out front for passes. So I think his polo game has improved quite a bit.
Back to the center we go. And here we go with a 4-2 game. So, again, these possessions are big. Larry's going to go ahead and win this one. And keep it in the strategy that Newport has used here in their, the last 4 chuckers. Hit and run. Don't mess around with it. It's going to be turned inside here and kept going forward now by Mark Gansey. Mark works it down, and he'll override, turn around quickly. And, they got Gene Goldstein out in front. If they can release his ball, Spinacci, look at his laser, way out in front, inside the 60. Goldstein on the move. Gino with the power polo play. And the low flag.
Oh, I tell you what, but what a nice shot. And I tell you what, just before his teammate was swinging at the ball, he was moving forward. He dropped that horse's head just to get a couple of horse lengths ahead of Escobar. And so a great attempt right there by Gene Goldstein. Escobar putting the ball back in play. Giving him a lot of room right here, and he releases the ball over towards center, looking for Sugar Erskine. And that pass, Sugar's going to check up, play the ball on the near side, and now Erskine has Spinacci on his near side, and a nice little pass over to Gansey. Gansey avoids the hook of Freddie Mannix, and now Sugar coming back in, looking to close that gap on the board, and here is Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix, former 9-goal player right now, rated at 7, and Mannix plays a lot of number 4. He's also a good, very defensive player, putting it back over to Gene Goldstein, making an offensive play out of a defensive play, and Gene Goldstein right here, centering shot, looking for Larry Austin. Larry can't quite get to it, but Escobar, he drops his pony's head, taking the ball across the field, playing a great defensive position right here as well. Now he's going to give up the line to Goldstein. Goldstein takes the ball forward over into the corner up against the boards. Goldstein's going to check down, bring it back underneath his pony's neck. Goldstein right now ridden off by Escobar. Escobar takes the ball on the near side, and now Mark Gansey's going to drop on the line and met cleanly there by Pablo Spinacci. And now there is Pablo Spinacci right there taking the ball through the goal. So a goal right there that they needed, putting them 3 goals ahead, and what a play right there by Newport.
Yeah, looked like they had control. Sebucan was trying to take that ball out of the defensive corner, but Pablo, a risky play there, he meets that play, and looked pretty clean from here on the beat as they came around. It would have been a true breakaway for Sebucan if they could have got out there, but just good defense by the Newport team, and they're keeping the energy up here. Let's see if they can finish strong here. We're going to have 45 seconds on the clock. Escobar, he's got the Cobra going forward right here. Mark drags it forward, bounces off of Gino's pony. On the back shot, picked up cleanly. Oh, we're going to have a breakaway here. If Pablo can get it out to Larry Austin. Nice steal by Escobar. Open back shot. Here we go. 30 seconds left. Nice pickup here by Mannix. Freddie's going to drop the hammer. 23 seconds. He's got a lot of time. No need to rush. Freddie, what a clean shot right here as he puts it inside the 60. Escobar checks his shoulder, backs it up. Not as far as he wanted it to be. Gino with a shot on goal. That ball's going to lay just inside the 10-yard line. What a clean-up play by Escobar. The clock goes tick, 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 and that'll end our second chukker of our third leg. So stay with us. Put your hands together. Yeah, everybody. If you're enjoying all the action you're seeing today here at the Grand Canyon Polo Club, just for the fun of it, we have one chukker left. 5-2. Can Newport hang on here and take home the cup just for the fun of it? Stay with us. We'll be back after this commercial break. All right, everybody, welcome back. This is our 9th chukker of our Just for the Fun of It Cup, our 3rd chukker of our 3rd leg. And let's just set it up for you. Newport now, they won their first leg 6-4 over Santa Rita. They're winning 5-2 at this moment. They had 3 unanswered goals in the last chukker. So let's see if Sebucan in the red jerseys can go ahead and get a few goals here and try to win this final leg. If not, Newport will take home the Just for the Fun of It Cup, and it has been an amazing tournament, a lot of fun. Just like it said, just for the fun of it, Steve Lane, away we go.
And Freddie Mannix puts the ball back over to Spinacci, and Spinacci fires one down the field and looking for Goldstein, but he's ridden off there by Sugar Erskine, and Erskine with a near side back shot, followed up by Escobar, and Escobar puts it back over to Mark Gansey with an offside shot. Gansey keeping that bouncing ball going, and Larry Austin coming through. Now the play's picked up there by Spinacci and Pablo trying to navigate through some of those Sebucan players, and he does. He's hooked out of the play, followed up by Mannix. Gansey couldn't quite get to it. Freddie Mannix hooks Escobar out of there and trying now to get around Pablo Polito, and he is weeding his way through. Freddie Mannix right here trying to stay ahead, doesn't have room for a next shot, now flips the ball back over, unable to get to it on the near side, and now Escobar with an offside back shot right there. Ball deflected, and Gene Goldstein picks it up, and Freddie Mannix going to come on through, looking for a clear window to shoot towards goal, and the ball hit into Escobar's pony, and Pablo Polito and Freddie Mannix are there in a sword fight for the ball. That ball right there on the doorstep, and that's going to be finished off right there by Freddie Mannix with a goal shot from the offside and a back shot. So the white team getting ahead by 4 goals, a score of 6-2, and so far our money might be on Newport winning that first leg, and now looking very strong here in the third leg.
Yeah, they came together very quick. As they said, that second chucker, or that first chucker of our third leg, it was a tough one, but man, they put the throttle down, and the white jerseys have been gelling, as we say, on the polo field, playing very well together, using each other well. And this is what I mean. Pablo out to Freddie. Freddie already with 3 goals on the day. Mannix looking for goal number 4. There's the approach shot. Look for the finish. And the high flag. And K. Golazo, Freddie Mannix, as he'll pick up his 4th goal of the day.
Jumping ahead by 5 goals, and what a play. Freddie jumping out front, and then the offside, and a nice approach shot, and then finishing it off back on the near side. So, you know, when you think about it, Dale, they've got a 5-goal lead right now. They've got a +2 from their first leg. So, if Sebucan wanted to win, they would have to win by 8 goals right here. So, a tall order, not impossible, but Newport looking very strong, and Larry Austin coming in there. But Sugar Erskine is going to jump in front and whistled for his efforts. So, Larry Austin having the ability to get on that line and draw a foul against Erskine, and, of course, taking a play away from Sebucan. So right now, the ball's put down for a penalty 5A. Umpire calls play, and Freddie Mannix looking downfield. Gene Goldstein to his left. Pablo Spinacci in the center, and Larry Austin on the right-hand side, and Erskine's going to send a little shuttle pass over to Escobar. Gene Goldstein hits it on the near side over against the boards, hooked out of there by Goldstein. Mark Gansey's going to come in and pick the ball off the boards. He's still got time. Pablo Spinacci has no play, being backed up by Sugar Erskine. Here comes Gansey. He sees Polito down the field, looking to put a point on the board right here. Mark Gansey on a roll, and Gansey with a little dribble shot towards goal, staying out of the way, and that ball just off the goal post right now, and looks like Sebucan going to come back for it right there, and that's going to be Pablo Polito putting a goal on the board. Score is 7-3, and we'll do our courtesy horse change right here, and the umpire will blow the whistle when he feels time has been used up to get back to the bowl in. And we have 3:26 on the clock as players rush off the field to get on a fresh set of legs.
Paul is going to pick up his second goal here in the third leg, and his second goal of the day. So, well, still enough time, Steve, as we've seen it done. 3:26 on the clock, 4-goal difference. And, well, we've seen they set a lot of records over the last 2 years. As I remember going back to Lechuza one day when we watched the Dolphins score 3 goals, and I believe it was in about 2.5 minutes. So we were like, okay, you can do it underneath a minute every chucker. He did have 1 foul on the play, and then next thing you know, we saw 4 goals being scored in 2 minutes. So I'm like, okay, what's happening now? And I believe Casanola ended up scoring 4 goals in less than 2 minutes or something, but he had a couple fouls on the play. So there's a number of scenarios that can come into play in the game of polo. And, I still, I love the 2-point conversion shot that we had this summer in the World Polo League. And if you're not new to that, we did have the 2-point conversion from center field. Any goal that was scored from beyond center field was worth 2 points. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, no, we saw a few attempts. We didn't see it done this year, but we saw a few attempts, and I think it's a great idea. And you know what? When we met with the tournament committee, let's say that there's a 2-goal difference with very little time left in the final period. The team has the ability, if they're ordered a penalty 2, 3, or 4, they can bring it back to center.
Yeah, I love that.
And go for the 2-point play.
I love that. And I was actually, that was brought to the attention. Double G, Grant Gandy was talked about it. And it makes sense. They could have a double. They could have a penalty 2 with only 5 seconds left on the clock. So you're going to make the 2, and you're still going to lose by a goal. So bring it back to center and try to make the one from center to get the tie. So it adds a lot to the game. And a lot of players, though, they wanted it to be moved up a little bit. And that's something that's always going to be talked about, I'm sure, about to the 130 or 120.
Right. It would just take an extra line across the field. And, of course, with the technology we have with CTV Sports, we can tell from the drone or the center camera if the ball was behind that line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But here we go. We got to get back to the action here as we have 3 minutes on the clock, a whistle on the play. And if this goes in favor of the Sebucan team, then this is exactly what they wanted.
Yes, and it's going to be a penalty 2, open goal penalty, 30-yard undefended shot in favor of the team in red, behind by 4, given an opportunity to close that gap. So looks like they're discussing right now. Mark Ganza usually takes these open goal penalty shots, and he was actually practicing in his first leg a little bit, practicing from the penalty 3 line. So here is Mark Ganzi. Oh, didn't quite make it.
That just stopped right there on the line. Just a nice little easy shot there. Mark's been very solid there. He looked like a 4-legged athlete, gave him much help there. He kind of looked like he hit a little neck shot. Sometimes that happens. You got to remember, that's a big part of the game. That's why arguably it is the hardest shot in the game. But here we go. Back to the action with 2:43 on the clock. Picked up now by Goldstein. That's the on the field. Yeah, Gino using the boards perfectly as a 5th man. Now Goldstein will work it down the sideline, trying to go back to the center. Good positioning here by number 3, Mark. He tries to get it going. Stole away, though, by Gene. Goldstein will keep it going for Newport. Now down in the corner. Shot on goal. Swing and a miss, and now we'll go into the corner. Now it will be the Cobra on the breakaway.
3 red shirts lined up on this play. Mark Ganzi out front and broken up temporarily there by Freddie Mannix. And now it's Sugar Erskine on the move. Freddie Mannix going back. Erskine leaves it for Escobar to go down and beat Mannix to the ball. A nice approach shot. What great communication. What a great play right there between Escobar and Erskine to put that goal on the board. So that was the goal they were looking for on that missed penalty 2. Able to capitalize on it with 1:42 on the clock.
Yeah, no, we saw Santa Rita. They had an amazing 1-2-3 where they went to Alejandro, Melissa, Mariano on the finish. And now you could put this one right as good as a 3-man combination there. Start with Mark, and then Sugar dropped the hammer, and a great feed by Escobar, and a super finish. Another strong finish by Sugar Erskine.
Escobar looking to do it again, but this time with Pablo with a shot towards goal, and that one looks like it is going. So there you have it right there. Now a 2-goal difference. 1:04 on the clock. It can be done.
I'm telling you, you can never count them out in the game of polo. You never know. Possession is big, though, right now. You need to be able to win these possessions and these bowlings. You never know on the bowling. It's hard to design what plays you use on the bowl, and a lot of it's luck, and it's going to be Pablo Pulido. He's going to get it, and it's going to be now picked up by Luis. He's got the Cobra out in front if he can get it there. Here comes Louis.
Escobar with a shot downfield, but not quite far enough, and picked up there by Spinacci, and a whistle. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Here we go. Now, this is, we played the last 30 seconds out.
You're going to play this last 30 seconds out? Yeah.
This final chucker.
Yep.
Now, let's look at the clock. We have 31.8 seconds on the clock.
Yep, do the math.
If they score before the first horn, now you play out the 30 seconds. But if you score after the first horn, that ends the game.
Right, but they would still play. They would still play the 30 seconds.
No, once the goal is scored, if it goes out of bounds, you play it. But if a goal is scored, that ends it.
I agree. No, don't you still go back and say, oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, if they scored right before, that's a great point there, Steve. Huge point.
So we've got 1.8 seconds to determine whether we play the last 30 seconds and able to tie up the game.
Yeah, no, a big shot here. So he'll get an open goal penalty 3, and it's going to go back to the Cobra. Here comes Gansey. Oh, just off the side. Just off to the side. And we all have the 30 seconds, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and, just go ahead and give it up in there. Put your hands together, everybody, as look at this, Newport. They're going to hold on. And what a fabulous game that they played. They, 7, look at this, 13 goals. There's that magic number 13, Steve. You always seem to see that when a team wins. 13 goals, as the School of Memo Garcia would say, if you score 13 goals, your offensive attack is working.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? You eliminate those knock-ins for the other teams. So a great round robin by all 3 teams. And Newport victorious here this afternoon for Just the Fun of It Cup. And Dale, any last words?
Oh, you got it. So we're going to give love there to all the teams. As I want to thank the Santa Rita team. Melissa Gansey, Riley Gansey, Nito Duranga, and Alejandro Villastrada. And, of course, the Newport team with Larry Ellis. Well, the Sebucan team with Pablo Pulido, Sugar Erskine, Mark Gansey, and Luis Escobar. But our winners will be, for Just the Fun of It, 2023, Newport with Larry Austin, Gene Goldstein, Pablo Spinacci, and Frederick Manish. Congratulations to them. We're going to go ahead and sign off here, and we'll be back for the finals here of the Santa Rita Abierto. So make sure that you join us for that. That'll be live here on the Grand Champions Polo Club field number 2 for Steve Lane. I'm Dale Schwartz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember, here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.